There you go, I got it. Whoa! Sorry about that. Today in the wood yard, we're cutting the big log pile, and I got more free pallets coming up right now. Hello firewood fanatics, this is Chris in case you're here for the first time. If you've been here before, thanks for coming back. Yesterday, you probably watched that video, at least you should have. We got this log pile in, this load came in from John, and today I'm gonna start cutting on it. But before I start cutting on it, I went over to my neighbors and look what they had waiting for me, free gifts. I got 10 new pallets, they're all pretty darn good ones. And I'm gonna load those right over here up against this pile, because eventually what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna cut on this pile here and I'm gonna throw the rounds this direction, so it'll end up being stacked right in this area right here. So I'm gonna leave the pallets right here where I'm gonna need them. And it's a beautiful day today. It's like about 37, 38 degrees, sunny, very little wind. It's supposed to get into the mid 40s. It's already, I don't know, it's gotta be close to noon already, but it's just supposed to keep getting warmer all day. So I don't have all day. I've got about a half a day. I think I got maybe 6 hours or so. So I'm gonna go get my saws. I already got them sharpened. I'm gonna bring them out and we're gonna start whacking on the pile right now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some of the pallets right out front out here so I can get at them in case I need them, you know, somewhere else, and I can still get at my wood right here that's ash. Here's another one of those blue ones that are, somebody was on the comments said that these are treated and they're like expensive, like you got to have a deposit or something on them, but they're really nice and solid, that's for sure. Heavy duty pallets. And then like this one here is looks like it's maple and some cherry, it looks like, but they're all pretty good pallets. There's a couple of them that are a little bit busted. This one is oak, so pretty darn nice pallets for firewood. For outside, they'll work good. And this year, like I mentioned on one of my other videos, I'm going to make a crib system for when I stack wood, so I don't have to crisscross corners anymore. Well, I still will do some, but not as much. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to build basically half of a cube, so I have a bottom, an end, and then a back as one end, and I'll do the same thing on the other end, just run single pallets across the bottom, so I'll make big long stretches where I can do big long runs, and then in between the full cores I'll just stand up a pallet in between to separate them. So I think it'll be a good, fast and easy system. I know Midwest Firewood, he does that and it looks really nice, and he on his corners he just does braces, 45-degree angles, screwed in. But I think I'm just going to use a whole pallet because I can get lots of pallets, and the price is always right on them for me. I got lots of free ones. So I'll get these unloaded here quick and go get my saws, and then I can start cutting. See, now some guys would use a tractor to do this, and I have it done before they even would have got their tractor started. I'm just saying, don't always need a tractor, but I sure would like one, and it's gonna happen. I'm starting to look at them, starting to shop, starting to price, starting to look at options and sizes and all that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna go get my saws now. So normally that's about as much as you can cut on the first, end. And now I'll have to clean these out because I got some stuff here that's kind of hanging up kind of high. I'll have to push those down so they don't come down and kill me, although that would make a good video. So I'm going to chuck these out of here, clear it out, bring some down, and then cut some more. I'm gonna move my truck. There, now that's not as scary as it was. So that's what you got to do every once in a while. Stop, look and see if you got hangers, roll them down, try to take, the ones that are gonna come eventually. Work a little bit on the ends here and then go up, bring some more down. That's kind of what I do all the time. Because this is a pretty high pile. He's got it a good 8-9 feet high. Usually only goes 6, but I had a smaller spot here. So yeah, once they get high, they get dangerous. So you got to be quick like a cat, and you got to be smarter than the average bear to make sure you don't end up being a dead bear. So I just emptied one tank on the saw, and I did I was standing on the log over there, and one of the logs rolled and slipped out, so I had to jump off to the side. And when I jumped, foot slipped. I almost landed on the ground. I put my hand out and I caught myself, but I was just sure you gotta be careful. So I checked the saw, because when I had the saw in my hand, I kind of threw it off to the side because I didn't want logs to roll on it, because I didn't want any logs to roll on it. So I kind of threw it off to the side. I didn't throw it real hard, but I checked, and my dog here was real loose, which had probably been loose, not from the throw, but from before. So I had to take the bar off, because to get at the nuts underneath here, you gotta take the bar off to tighten up. So I tightened up the dog, and so now I'm gonna get back to cutting. And I got, like I said, one tank cut so far, and that's what's right here in this pile I threw off to the side. And I cut about a cord per tank. That's pretty much what you can do, or what I do anyway. So I got this all cleared off, so I'm gonna cut in here and then roll some more down. We're just gonna keep going. So here we go again. Well, it is time for me to roll down some more logs, because I got a pretty good wall going here. And once you get a wall, that's when they want to come down on you. So I got the wood chuck here, and I'm going to roll some of these down and level off the playing field, so to speak. But before that, I got something more important to do. Gotta have a little nectar. Nectar of the gods. Like my brother Eric says, just like having an angel pee on your tongue. Delicious. Let's get back to work. So we'll see what happens. I got a feeling that one is kind of holding everything in, because it's such a straight. This one here is already cut. It's kind of like a giant Jenga puzzle. I'm going to try this big one right here. Let's see if we get this one. Oh yeah. I think we'll be okay. I did move my truck before. It looks close, but it's not. It's 5-6 feet away. And they never go that way. They just always come this way and slide a little bit. There's a whole bunch more up here that are ready to come. So I'm gonna clear some. This one right here is holding up a whole bunch of them. Getting on the safe side right here. That's better. And the ones way up there, I'm gonna get a couple of those little ones that are way up there. I'm gonna climb up a couple little ones up here, because those will come next, I think. The rest look to be locked in pretty good, so just from right here. So I'll cut all that end, and then we'll get that done, and we'll loosen up some more. More nectar. Gotta stay liquidated, as my other brother says. Ah, delicious. Okay, so I got another little wall here, so I'm gonna do some more log rolling. You can see some more logs come down. I cleared out. So that's only 2 tanks I cut so far. Here, I'll pan over there so you can see. I cut this right here. That's 2 tanks, and I used the same saw because my saw that I started with was cutting fantastic. And so what I did was once I tightened up my dogs, I just filled it back up and started cutting. It's still cutting good, so I think I could probably cut another tank on it yet, because I haven't hit the ground, I haven't hit any dirt. This wood came right from the woods. John said it was just cut like a week ago, and it was sitting where they had landed it in the landing area and stacked it landing area, and he loaded it up so it was sitting on snow, so it never really was on dirt. So it's beautiful stuff. That's why, like my brother Kenny always says, winter cut wood is the best, because in the woods, if they're skidding it, pulling it out, if it's landing on anything, number one, the ground is froze. Number two, around here, we've usually got, you know, a foot, 2 feet of snow, so you're not grinding it into the dirt, and it's just nice and clean, and it's cutting excellent. So here we go. We're gonna crank on this puppy and see if I can get the logs to come down. So we're gonna start with this one right here. This one looks like that one over there. And this one I can lift my hand. It's sitting right on top. There they go. Unfair lives. Okay. What we got here now? That's pretty good. The rest of these are locked right in. I can see they're all locked in pretty good, so I'll just cut in here and then I can start on these and throw some more down. So there we go, cutting time again. So here's what I got done so far. That's 3 tanks, and I've been chucking it, and I got 2 runners completely empty, so I'm going to cut those now. I usually like to leave them until I get, you know, starting on the next runner here, because that way if logs come down, they're not on the ground. Even though I got my cant hook I can lift them up with, but this pile should collapse pretty good right now, I think, because it's basically like a wall again, and it started moving a little bit when I was cutting there, so I'm going to get them to move down. But first, more nectarini. Ooh. Ah. Okay, so here we go. We'll give them a roll. I think I won't get too much more because it starts to level off to some big ones here. So we'll see what happens. But I know this one right here is holding some stuff. And this one right here is holding some stuff. Oh, I thought I could just pry it out of there. But oh, such luck. Uh-oh. Look at that. Don't want to be there. That would have been pain, instant pain. Okay, let's get this one down right here. Yeah, and then this one. And I think a couple of these other ones I can get by hand again here. Yeah, this one's locked in really good right here. It's down low, locked in right here, so I think we're good to cut again for a while. And there's some big ones in front of there, so I think we'll be fine. So that was, like I said, 3 tanks so far. I'm gonna start up the 3rd saw and cut another tank, because cutting tanks is what it's all about. Here we go. It is time once again to bring the wall of pain down, because I'm getting pretty straight here and I got pieces I can see they're all locked in all the way up, which means if I cut a couple bottom ones, the whole thing will come down. So I'm going to try this very bottom one and just see what happens here. Oh, there's a few locked in there. Let's get this one out of here. There. And this one looks like it's holding a whole bunch. So we'll see what happens here. Nope. Wow. That's quite a while. Those big ones are going to come rolling down when I open this up. Whew. It's getting steeper, which means they're going to come down faster. Let me get a hold of it. Oh, yeah, this one's holding a lot. I can't even get it, it's so tight. I'll try this big boy up here. It's rotten on the outside, so I can't get a grip on it. Come on, baby. You can do it. Tastes like tree dust. I'm gonna get this big one up here next. It's too big to get a bite on it. And it's rotten, so what's happening is all the punky stuff is just peeling off. There you go, I got it. Oh! Sorry about that. Camera got kind of dumped in the snow here. Let's see if it's still, see if you're still working. Oh! Takes a licking and keeps on ticking, just like a Timex watch. Well, that looks pretty good. I actually got a good angle on it now. Sloping, but there's a couple up there that I can see I can get down that will kind of free up some of those really tall ones. This one. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my cant hook just like you're supposed to do. I can get a bite on this little guy. There we go. It's so small I can hardly get a hold of it. There we go. I think this high boy up here. Give it a shove. There we go. Much better. All right, let's get cutting again. That is the end of tank number 5 Aronis. So I'm gonna move these rounds out of here now, get them into the pile. And I got one other saw gassed up and ready to go. So I'm gonna try to cut one more tank and then it'll start, the sun's gonna start setting. So it might be out of time, so got a little bit done. We'll see how we do when I'm all done, as far as how big the pile is. Oh, they're getting heavier as the day goes on. For some reason, they add weight as the sun goes down. That's kind of how it always is with wood. I don't know what it is. I think is heavier. Probably because I'm older. Every hour matters, you know.
Daylight, so I better get cut. Here we go.
Well, there, I got 6 tanks. I cut 2 tanks per saw, all three of my good saws. I cut them all twice. And now I'm gonna roll some of these logs down here so that just in case during the night somebody stands over here, they don't roll down and kill somebody. So I'm gonna get them rolled down so that in the morning, when I get here, I can get back to cutting right away. And if I get this done, I'm going to go sharpen my saws up because the job's not done until the saws are ready for the next one. So I always like to sharpen them before I leave so that I don't have to do it in the morning, or if something ever comes up, like, you know, people that don't keep their tools in working order, and then when they really need them, they're not ready. So I like to have them ready right away for the next day. I know most guys do tree service work. They always have their saws sharpened the night before. That one had some weight. I could feel the vibrations on the ground when it bounced. So when I was taking my breaks in between, well, not breaks, I was moving rounds out of the way between saws there. I was moving the rounds. I heard something today that I haven't heard in quite a while. About 3 days ago, I think, maybe 4 days ago, I saw 3 tundra swans flying, which usually that's some of the first birds you'll ever see around here in the spring, is the tundra swans, or white ones. And then the next day I saw 2 small flocks of sandhill cranes. That was a couple days ago. And then today, one of the real big indicators, so I haven't seen it, but I can hear it over there every once in a while. I can hear a red-winged blackbird over there squawking. So when the red-winged blackbirds get here, that usually means the good times are coming. Good weather, I should say. Come on, baby. So, get these suckers moved down. It's almost good enough. I'm gonna do a couple more yet here. So I think I had a good day today. Nice relaxing day. I didn't work too hard. I just kind of took my time. Wasn't trying to set a world record or anything. I don't think I'm capable of any world records. I have to go to the other side and get this one. So if you ever roll logs down, always stand off to the side. Don't ever go in the middle and try it. But I I know you're smarter than that. You're not like me, because I've tried it. Not a good thing. Once the momentum gets going, they're hard to stop. And there's a second piece of cherry right here that I've seen. I cut one earlier. This is the second one. I wish I could get more cherry. It's hard to come by. My logger, John, when he was here the other day, I asked him about it, and he said they had a lot of it, but they had orders for it to go somewhere up north. I think a sawmill wanted lots of cherry, so he said they sold a lot of it, and so they trucked it very long distance, which means he made a lot of money, because to drive it up north, you're talking 200-300 miles. They're getting paid by the mile, so I'm sure they did. Come on, get on. I'm sure they did pretty good on it. Here we go. Another piece of cherry right here. Sweet. Hope nobody's over there. I'm not watching. I got it knocked down to size pretty good here. Oh yeah, looks like we're safe now. Except for this one up here. Piece of elm right here. I think that's pretty good. Looks like I got most of it. So, let's see what we got here. Here's what I did today. I started down here, and I got all that cut, and this is what is left right here. So if I was a guessing man, I would guess I'm real close to halfway. Real close. So tomorrow we'll cut the rest of it, so come on back. I'll see you then. Good night, Irene.